Hello everybody. Ching ching. This is Sab in Paris, and here's the usual creative smartphone photography show. And here I am. You join me, or I join you, just as the cat that I'm cat sitting for decides that it's high time I gave her half a little thing of pate. Well, she would like the whole thing, but so she's going to start scratching the carpet, the furniture, and probably my leg. So if I go at some point, I've just been cat bombed. Here's a cat. Here she is, just in case you want to have a look. There she is. It's a real cat with real claws. So today we're going to look at all sorts of photographs. How does that sound to you? Give or take the odd cat claw. And last week's theme was seasonal colours. It wasn't autumn colours, because I realised that some people don't live in the northern hemisphere. They live in the southern hemisphere. Oh God, what's she doing now? Let me just show you. Show you the sort of hectic life I lead. There she is. She's doing something, and I don't know what, and it makes me slightly nervous. Anyway, so say hello in the chat if you're there. If you're not there, don't bother saying hello. Say who you are. Well, actually, if you've sorted it out properly, StreamYard, which is the system I use, knows who you are. So if you say hello, and your name will pop up with your little profile picture, won't that be nice? So, lots to look at. Let's get on with it. So I'm gonna share something here if I can. All right. So this is our group, the Creative Smartphone Photography group, and the theme was indeed seasonal colours. And we have to choose a new theme as well, don't forget. So if you have any ideas for the theme for this coming week, let me have them, please. I've got someone saying hello. The first person saying hello, and it's Karen saying hello. Hi, and it's Chris saying hello as well. Hello, nice to have you with us, ladies. So what should I do? Should I launch straight into it or what? Yeah, I'll launch straight into it, shall I? With other stuff to come. Actually, before I launch into the theme from last week, which had some beautiful entries, wonderful, thank you so much. I'm going to show you something that someone posted. I think it was Ruth, just chugging through the group here. And it was kind of out on its own, but I thought it was worth highlighting. Here it is. So this is from Ruth Helene Bond. And she said, you gave me a challenge to post a picture with the sun, Sab. That's quite a challenge for me, because I live in Norway and I haven't seen the sun since I posted the other picture of the sun in the light bulb. So no need for sunglasses here. But what a beautiful picture, isn't it? Check that out. I have had sun this summer. There she goes. Hey, hey. That's the cat. Destroying my furniture. I've had sun since summer, so until it will be nicer weather, I post a picture taken late June right outside my apartment. Okay, that's what she said, but just check this out. It's the sun behind an amazing cloud formation, and it's got those light rays shining up like that, like a typical sort of kid's picture of the sun actually, and then that bit down below as well, they're like that, and it's beautifully high lit. So that's really, really nice. And this sort of stimulated a whole bunch of other sunlight pictures, I think, did it? Okay, here's one from Angela. This is one of her sunsets, she says. Do you see the marathon runner who's holding the torch? Now the cat has decided to play with something that makes a rattly noise on the floor. Cats will be cats. I love to look for forms and shapes to the clouds. Yeah, can you see the marathon runner holding the torch? Let me know in the chat if you can. I'm desperately looking for the marathon runner holding. I saw it before and now I can't see it anymore. Okay, anyway, I'm not even sure if the marathon runner is supposed to be the white with dark background, or it's one of the dark things with a white background. So there you go. So now I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to move on to the beautiful shots that we had. I've got someone here saying, hi Sab, cold day here, hope it is warm there. Hello Facebook user, I don't know who you are. If you would like to go to this page, streamyard.com/Facebook, and just accept. That means I can see who you are without you having to tell me. Okay, so let's go through them, shall we? So this is from Rob, and this is absolutely stunning. It's quite similar, not in its stunningness, but it's quite similar to a shot that I did last year that I was very pleased with. It's those trees. I don't know if this is those trees. Yes, it's those trees. Is it maples that go an incredible shade of red in the autumn? And I took a shot which is very similar to this. It was on a sort of pavement, a sidewalk, where they fell. So it was this grey sort of multi-toned grey with these beautiful red leaves on it, almost exactly the same idea as this. So that's absolutely gorgeous, Rob. Thanks for contributing that. Okay, and Rob again. So Rob's done 3, and what's good is they're all completely different. He says a cottage on an island in northern Minnesota. That's just ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous colours. Come on. Have you played with those colours, or is it really like that? How is that possible? Teresa Miller says, hello. Hello, Teresa. And yeah, that is really amazing, isn't it? You can almost not believe that that is possible, that all those different colours. I mean, did they plant them individually so that there would be different colours next to each other? I don't know. Rob has got his final shot here, unless he puts some more in, which is another look. Now this is great because it's 3 completely different ways of looking at autumn. And it looks like the back of a leaf, so it's not those rich red colours, but you can see them behind, and the leaf itself has got these beautiful droplets on it. I don't know how those droplets are formed. I mean, is it rain? Because there's really big ones and then there's lots and lots of tiny ones. So that is absolutely great. Thanks for contributing that, Rob. Okay, who else have we got? Rob's saying something here. Let's see if I just sort of mutual congratulations. Okay, from Angela. She's saying, unfortunately, I cannot go out to take beautiful autumn photos because of my broken leg. She's actually fractured her patella, which is the kneecap. Ouch! So, hang on. Alice is saying, it would be warmer here if I had the cat. Yeah, well, she kind of cuddles, but not completely. She cuddles for a bit until she decides she'd rather be somewhere else. But she is kind of cute. I mean, she's my son's cat. I knew her as a little kitten, so it's nice to look after her. So Angela's saying, I can't go out. I created a scene in my kitchen with some things I had at home. The other 2 photos are from last year's trip. You know, still lives at home. Isn't that beautiful? I actually tried roast sweet chestnuts the other day. Unfortunately, I'd left them a bit long before collecting them. They were a bit small and I did them for a bit long. So I almost broke my teeth on them, basically. But, you know, if you know what you're doing, they can be absolutely gorgeous. That's great. Are those pomegranates? Yeah, pomegranates. A thingamajig, what do you call it? Pumpkin. I went past, had a walk today, went past a garden by the railway, and it was full of pumpkins. It was great. And the orange of the pumpkins, maybe I can show you actually, just on my phone, so it won't be very good. I was just absolutely stunned that the orange of the pumpkins was mind-blowing. So check this out, if you can see it. Hang on, let me make this bigger. It's like a poor man's photo show. Okay, just check the orange. This is not treated or anything, you know. It literally, that's the photograph I took. Look at that orange, unbelievable orange. It's like 200% saturated, not that that's a thing. And they were just lying in a garden. I could even have borrowed one. I saw mushrooms. I've got a feeling these aren't the sort that you can eat. But, you know, so I didn't, and I'm not going to. But I was given these mushrooms the other day by someone who collected them from a wood near me. And, I mean, look at this. Check this out. You know, there's no sort of digital manipulation there. It really was about as big as my head. Doesn't want to focus. And yeah, I mean, she gave me a crop of them. It was actually a student of mine's mother gave me a whole crop of them. And there was one thing more I was going to show you. and that was a final little picture of a leaf. What a beautiful season this is, isn't it? Absolutely. If you're in this side of the world. If you're not, then it's more like springing itself. Okay, so there you go. Thanks, Angela. That was great. What else is she giving us? She's given us this one. I'm sorry if you're in the southern hemisphere. Well, actually, it's probably just nice and fresh and getting warm now these days. I've got Karen saying, I can verify it's really like that, especially at this year. Amazing. Yuruska, hi Yuruska. How's it in Peru? It must be spring in Peru. Is it you starting to get the flowers reaching out? Thomas, hello Thomas. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. This is a lovely shot, isn't it? And I was seeing some shots a little bit similar to this with all those lovely, rich, yellowy, orangey, brown leaves fallen down on the ground. Absolutely lovely. Now, should I be choosing my 3 favourites to honour? Yeah, I'll do that again, shall I? I'll choose my 3 favourites to honour, and I do need a suggestion for this week's theme. Okay, let's get it going. Let's keep it going. What could a really interesting theme be for this month, for this week? And you can make it abstract if you like. You know, it could be a word. I've seen some themes. Sometimes they're just a word, like more of an abstract word. So we could do something like that. I'm not against it. Again, this one is from... Why is my cat on the thing? This one is from inside the car. Great, thanks for that. By the way, I have a group which is having problems getting going, and I'm just looking for ways of getting it going. And it's called the Creative Blog and Article Writing Group. And I put the same theme in changing seasons, but nobody saw it, so no one's contributed. So, for one thing, would you like to write something? Why not a poem, like a four-line poem or something on the theme of changing seasons? Post any words inspired by changing seasons. I'd love to get something going, because at the moment on a Thursday, same as this Thursday, 8 o'clock my time, I just talk about words. I mean, I share my favourite books, a book I'm reading, I read your words, and I'd love more people to come on. So if you like words, if you love words, come and contribute and take part on that. I'd love to get something going on that. And I do read my text that I write with my poems, but with my pictures. So for example, here are my pictures from this week, and I'm not going to do the reading. I'm not going to read anything that I've written with them. I'll do that on Thursday. So on the Thursday, I'll be looking at the words. Today, I'll have a quick look at the pictures, if that's okay with you. So if you want to contribute to what should be a really fun group, if people would start getting to know it, is this Creative Blog and Article Writing Group. And when I say Creative Blog and Article Writing Group, basically, I think articles, you can write articles about anything, and you can write blogs about anything. It could be poetry, it could be short stories, could even be memes, could be social observation. So it's not about writing big novels or anything, but it does encompass all sorts of writing, anything you like, journal writing. So that's why I love this idea, and I would love to get it going. Okay, keep saying hello, keep contributing, keep telling me what you think. If there are any of these photographs you particularly like, let me know and say why. And bear in mind, I might have moved on by the time you comment, so give me a hint as to which picture you're talking about. This is one of mine. This was to get the show on the road. It's not actually quite autumn. It was a little bit before, but this is a beautiful little hidden. There's lots of hidden corners in Paris. I kind of specialise in them. And this is one, it's called La Cité Florale. And it's a tiny little group of streets. And it's like suddenly, bam, you've gone off the main boulevard and you are in this little haven of tiny little streets. You know, this is like one of the most beautiful Art Nouveau metro entrances, but it's just above someone's house. Amazing. Anyway, so much for mine. Alice has found a ton of colour. That's just ridiculous as well. That must be some sort of floral park, Alice. Walked more than I have in months. Botanic gardens. That is stunning, isn't it? What incredible colours. I've got a mouse that has decided not to scroll screens. So I'm having to do it the hard way, the old-fashioned way. Oh, I took a picture a little bit like this as well today. That again is ridiculous. Let me show you the picture that I took. Okay, it doesn't look as good as this because it's not quite as impressive, but it was oh yeah, there we are. It was literally just a tree like this against another tree, and it looks like this. I mean, what I liked was the fact that it was, it'd be nice if this camera would decide to focus. There you go, kind of. Yeah, what was amazing was it was just this brightness against this bright orange, flamey type colour against this dark green. And yours is different because it's got the sky as the backdrop. Blue and orange, one of my all-time favourite colour combinations. A view of colour. Very pointy tree, that, isn't it? Very pointy. Never seen quite a pointy tree. Lovely layers of different colour there. I haven't got any ideas for a theme for the coming week, so come on, thinking caps on. Ideas for a theme for next week, please. Because you are going to be contributing, aren't you? So if it's your theme, you could contribute to your own theme. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Too cute to be a scarecrow. Oh, yeah, scarecrow is a seasonal theme, isn't it? The harvest time and everything. Yeah, scarecrow. I don't think many crows would be scared by that little chap. Chris says, no idea what this is. Love the colour. I saw some interesting berry things as well on my little walk just now, down by the railway and the river. And this is amazing. Is this like genetically modified or what? That close-up is great. You know, you don't need anything more. When it's a repeated pattern that nature has given us, sometimes it's best to just get rid of everything else and only have the pattern. Okay, it does look a bit like a carpet or something, but look at it's beautifully sharp as well. Every single grain is different and different colours, one next to the other. Look really pale with light orange bits, with a deep dark red one and almost a black one there. It's incredible. There really is corn that does this. Incredible. Eurisca, a beautiful little flower. Look at that, beautiful purpley pink. Purple and green, my other favourite colour combination. So let me tell you, when I was a kid, in case you don't know, my first imposed colour scheme imposed by me on my parents for my room was blue and orange. And a couple of years later, I decided that I wanted a different one, and it was purple and green. So we've had my two favourite colour combinations this evening. So I'm a happy camper. A little spring colour. There you go, Eurisca on the other side of the world in Peru. A little spring colour for us. I didn't know that spring colours were purple, actually. What else have we got here? Okay, what have we got? So Alice is saying, how about health as a theme? Okay, noted. It could be exercise, food, masks, staying safe, etc. Sounds good. Chris, that's sumac. I'll let you and Chris sort out what that's about. So this is Jean, who is saying multiple colours and a plane. Look at that. There's a plane just for good measure. It is. It's just a bank of green, orange, yellow, green, red, orange. Amazing. Where is this? This is North America somewhere? It's not Canada, is it? I don't think we've got any Canadians here. Karen is Canadian, I think. Diane. Now this has to be played with, I think, but I'll forgive you. Especially singers on the masterclass, we were doing photo apps where you can completely exaggerate the colour. I will definitely let you off that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if that you haven't saturated the hell out of that photograph. And Diane, who now this one doesn't look like it's been played with, does it? It literally does look like it's just pure yellow, except different shades of yellow, because you've got yellow where the sun is on it, you've got yellow where the shade is, there isn't sun on it, and you've even got some here, I think, where you've got the sun shining through from behind, which is another look altogether. Very beautiful. And got another comment here. Yeah, so Karen is in Ontario, Canada, and I'm sure Canada is very famous for just incredible views of trees of all different colours, isn't it? I've never been to Canada. Poor me. Although apparently it does get very cold there. I'm a bit chilly. You know, it's just dropped below 15 degrees C, and I'm a bit chilly. I was born in Edinburgh, though, Scotland, so you know I don't feel the cold too much. You know, my mother was always worried because I was running around with only a t-shirt, but I think that's actually what mothers do, isn't it? That's sort of programmed into their genetic makeup to worry when their kid's running around in a t-shirt and it's you know below 18 degrees C or something. Sorry, I don't know the Fs. Don't know the F stops. Diane again with a massive redness, orangey red, isn't it? Now this one, you know, trees are nice, leaves are cool, but in terms of photography, you know, really cool photography, we might need to do a little bit more. And this is doing a little bit more, isn't it? You've got this sort of carpet of browny orangey leaves coming towards us. The sun is obviously behind that tree, giving us a lovely shadow coming towards us, and you've got the park in the distance, which is lovely. Maybe I should be giving you a few more sort of hints on composition and stuff. I don't know really. But, oh my god, 9 replies on this. Oh, this is getting interesting. From Thomas. Check this out. Now let's get into creative photography, right? This is the creative smartphone photography group, and now we're talking. So there's a pylon going up here. No, is it? No. I recognize this, even though it's upside down. We have these at my station. It's weights holding wires down so that, I don't know, they don't fly off or something. And I have these in my local station, I think, or some of the stations they have this to keep the electricity wires down. It's slightly worrying, isn't it? If it's snapped, I think you might have a bit of a sore foot. But and then you've got this incredible reflection in both the windshield, and the bonnet, the hood. I'm just trying to impress you with my multilingual vocabulary here. I've actually done English lessons for Frenchies, where you know I've actually got a chart for the car, and it's got the normal things you call bits of the car and the American words for them, and it's really quite interesting. You know, the boot. You know, British people put their suitcases in the boot, and Americans put them in the what is it? You're all saying it. I know you're all saying it. The trunk. But we have a thing in English, British English, called a trunk. You know, it's like a big travelling, huge thing that pirates put lots of pieces of 8 and stuff in. So theoretically, you'd have to put the trunk in the trunk. And if you said, could you just put the trunk in the trunk, honey? They might end up trying to put the backside of the car into the bot. Anyway. Now, these 2 leaves here, Thomas, I'm sure were absolutely not placed there on purpose, were they? Oh no, the wind blew them there. So let's imagine that you placed them there. I don't know if you did or not. The thing is, they're both in exactly the same position. If that's what you want, then great. If you want it to look natural, then you would probably have put one of them at a bit of an angle. But I love it. You know, it's great. Really, really great. Try that, reflections, you know, instead of taking a shot, is there anything anywhere around you could reflect it in, including your sunglasses? You know, don't let your imagination be limited by anything. That isn't what I was going to say, but anyway, I said it. Yeah, so Thomas, the car and reflections are terrific, aren't they, Alice? Thomas has got a great eye, great imagination. And again, here we go. Oh, look at that. I haven't seen these. There's a beastie. There's a beastie on this horse chestnut casing. Very nice use of selective focus there. Probably got in really close, and the other things went out of focus. Nice. That's good. You see, you've got the case, and then you've got the thing that came out of the case, and you've got a leaf as well. That doesn't look like a horse chestnut leaf, but you know, when you've got echoes of the main subject, and I guess the main subject actually isn't the case. It's the sort of beetle thing on it, which is very very good. And again, oh, Chris is telling us about the bug, saying something like, I think you mean a wands is a special kind of bug. Google only translated it as a bug. Well, thanks Google. And again, now you see those two leaves up there, they're at different angles, and maybe he was throwing, maybe Thomas, you were throwing leaves on the car to see where they landed, or there's almost a whirl there, a whirly bit. Very interesting indeed. Yeah, because when you use a reflective surface which is curved, like a car windscreen or bonnet, hood, you automatically distort. Not only do you, is that the front or the back? You not only distort the image because it's curved, but you change the colour. It takes on a much deeper hue, a deeper richness, because normally the windscreen is maybe tinted or it's dark inside, which means that it still looks incredibly bright, but the background is a much more dramatic sort of silvery charcoal grey, which is really impressive, as opposed to just a sort of standard common or garden blue sky, which is okay, but you know, this is much more interesting in terms of creative photography. Okay, we're getting more stuff here. Thomas, the car and reflections, we've had that one. Let's not overdo it. Subject could be 2020. Yeah, but Alice, you've given me one. 2020, yeah. That's kind of abstract, isn't it? That could be interpreted in a million different ways. Health, 2020. Subject could be food. Okay, thanks, Alice. I'm thinking of health, though. You know, either health or, I don't know. Did we do masks already a little while ago? Okay. All right, so I think we've got to almost the end of those. I hope I haven't missed anybody. 7 more comments. How are we doing for time? Been going for nearly half an hour. Okay, so we got from Karen, ivy on my neighbour's fence. I was finding a lot of this. That was, do you remember that leaf picture I showed you? The colours are just ridiculous. You know, the reds are just so rich at the moment. I hope it doesn't mean that the world's getting more and more polluted or something, but it does just look stunning. Beautifully taken shot, Karen, with the, what I was just saying, wasn't I? Something like this, brightly lit, looks so much more dramatic when it's against a dark natural surface like this wood here, which isn't just one texture, you know, it's all sorts of textures in that dark wood, with beautifully framed top left, little bits of green leaf, bottom left, and coming in on the right there. So that's a really beautiful shot, you know. Put that on your wall, feel free. It'll look great. And another one from Karen, this kind of decoration shows up all over town at this time of year. Have we already seen this? This reminds me of another one right at the beginning of the show. And, oh, I think we saw those already. Have we seen these already? They're coming out very small there. I wonder why. Did you upload them very small, Karen? From Teresa. Yucca blooming in Nevada. It's our fall time of year. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. It doesn't, you look at that, you don't necessarily think fall. You might think it with the long shadow. You see the long shadow of the pine there? You don't necessarily get that in midsummer, for example. So that's a hint, unless the sun is just going down. But that's interesting, you know. Because, okay, I believe you, it's Yucca's bloom in Nevada. Is Nevada in the desert? Thomas says, I just take the shots, so as I have found the car and leaves, didn't change it this time. Okay, how about that? 2 leaves in exactly the same position, not arranged. So that's good. Nature does what nature does. Chris, taking blind shots where you cannot see the screen. Theme, taking blind shots where you cannot see the screen. What do you mean, can't see the screen? You mean you're not looking at your phone, you're just holding holding it up like this or something like that. Chuk, chuk, chuk. That could be for another week. I'm going to go with Alice's, something to do with Alice's thing there. Theme, shots taken from below the knee. Yeah, I like that. That's really cool as well, isn't it? You know, that's good as well. I'm not quite sure about the health thing, because would people just take pictures of masks? We did a mask theme earlier. In terms of health, actually that's quite. I'm not saying I won't do the health one, but below the knee is actually really, really cool. I like that a lot. Okay, and we're pretty much at the end of the show. This is from Teresa. Peacock flower, red Mexican bird of paradise. Okay, yeah, I can see the flower there. It does look like it's got its things up like a peacock, a very red and orange peacock, or is it red and yellow? And the background's nicely out of focus as well. Beautiful. And just check there's no more photos sneaking in there. And the last one for the day is going to be from Alice, and it's love this time of year, but then want it to warm up. Not going to happen. Those colours are just nuts. Absolutely nuts. Karen says, what size in pixels do you prefer them here? My standard internet size is 640 by 480. Well, Karen, I'm not sure whether that's your standard internet size, because everybody else is uploading. Well, Alice uploaded this one, and as you can see, it completely fills the screen and is probably a lot bigger than that. So I don't know why your shots are so small, because that's really small. These days, I don't know any cameras that produce that automatically. So basically, it's been reduced down. You know, I mean, that is not an impressive screen filling size. So somewhere along the lines, something has uploaded it that size or reduced it down, but that's not a normal size. That's tiny these days. It's tiny. You've got, I mean, if you're saying, you said it's standard internet size 640 by 480. Well, you get shots coming out of a camera that are almost 10 times that. You know, 4,000 on the longest one, 3,000 on the shortest side. So if you're systematically uploading pictures to Facebook, for example, and they're coming out that size, that it's not doing them justice. You know, people can't blow them up to fill the screen and go, wow. So I would check that out. All right, so there we are. All right, so I'm actually going to go, forgive me, Alice, I'm going to go with the below the knee shot. All right, so the next theme, this is going to be such fun, is going to be taking shots, but you must have them below, they must be taken with the camera below the knee, and that doesn't mean stick your knee up in the air if you're a sort of ballerina or something. It means literally where you're standing, get the camera down. Now you don't have to get your neck below your knee. You can literally just put the camera below your knee. This could be interesting because you might not actually see exactly what you're shooting. So we're getting down to bug level, all right? And this will be really interesting. Below the knee shots. In other words, just a few inches off the ground, or even pretty much on the ground. I'm sure we're going to get some great shots. So I'm going to choose my favorites. I almost forgot. Where am I? I'm going to choose 3 favorites. I have to zoom quickly through them here. Do like this one from Karen. I like the reflection in the hood, in the bonnet, whatever it is. You see, I'm going for the slightly more unusual ones. That corn is amazing, but it's kind of, don't get me wrong, it's kind of the corn that's amazing. It's a beautiful sharp shot. You've filled the screen, excellent, absolutely perfect. But in terms of what the photographer's added, it's actually amazing corn that we're looking at, not a proficient photograph. But you see what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying there. Okay, that one's beautiful. That one's cute. That nice tree. Still life from Angela. God, this is going to be so tough. I love this one. I love it. So beautiful. So that's going to be a winner, I think. I love the still life. Good for you, Angela. I love the bench. Guys, what do you like? What would your favourite one be? Sab, why do we see large size behind Karen's small picture? Why do we see large size behind Karen's small picture? Not quite sure what you mean there. Let me just check. By the way, guys, which has been your favourite photograph of the night, or one that you really like? Let me know in the chat. Which is your favourite photograph of the night? I'm going to click on this. Oh, this thing here in the background. Well, that's just Facebook trying to make this huge blank screen look pretty, I think, rather than just having black. Right, so everybody, come on, take part. Get your fingers out. Which has been your favourite shot of the evening? Let's have some love for everybody who's contributed. So I'm going to go with Rob's there. Angela's, I'm going to go with, oh, I love the bench. I'm going to go for the still life, because poor Angela, she broke her kneecap. So Angela, I'm going to give you a special mention there. What have we got here? Chris, go look at it again. Well, I did. Maybe that's all I can imagine. Thomas's reflection, the bench, and the first one with leaves on the stones. Okay, Alice. Yeah, I concur. So I'm going to go for this one from Angela. I'm going to go for, these are beautiful, but I'm kind of going for photographic, something a little bit different, as my criterion. That one I love from Chris. From Yuruska, that's beautiful. But not everyone can be a winner. You know what? I'm going to go with this one. Because, to be honest, folks, he's the only one who really did something a little bit crazy, throwing in an extra creative element. So, sorry if you did and I forgot, but I'm going to go with this one from Thomas. As I'm kind of thinking there might have to be a fourth one, but I can't quite remember who. I love this one from Karen. Okay, I'm going to go with these. Okay, so this one from Karen. I'm going to have four winners that I will highlight in a new post. This one, just because it's so amazing. This amazing bright colour on this beautiful dark, but also with light bits. Fantastic background for that. And I'm going to go for this one from Thomas, and I'm going to go for this one from, is that 5? No, 4. And I'm going to go for the still life, poor Angler with a broken kneecap, and I'm going to go for this one from Rob. Okay, so thank you everybody. I'm not going yet. I will have a couple of more things to say. Thomas is saying the still in the first one, and I can see on my smartphone. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I can't quite understand what you're saying. Maybe you're dictating and it's not coming through for me. It's not reaching my brain. The red leaves and black background. Yep, yeah, I love that one too. And Karen says, see the enlarging arrows in the top right of my pictures. I have to go back to those again. Apparently this isn't what I did, wasn't what you wanted. Okay, here we go. Oh, this. Yeah, well that just makes it full screen, doesn't it? It can't change the size of the photograph if the photograph is originally small. I mean, it has done that in the background, but that's just to make it look a little bit prettier. Right, so I wanted to... Oh, now I'm in some sort of huge mode. What's going on here? It filled the screen. Okay. Right, so a quick word from our sponsors. No, a couple from me. So this is my series from this week, literally this week, because it's the 7 of them. So I told you about that one. This is one that always makes Alice a little teary-eyed, because when she came to Paris with Janie, we took a photograph of this. And it is what it is. I was going to criticise it from a photographic point of view, but I won't, because you're not supposed to do that. It is what it is. And normally it's a wonderful way of getting actually separate elements in a picture to interact with each other. You walk around, you get closer, you get down, and it's also great for getting selective focus. You can actually make the lion dog thing much more out of focus with the statue, I think it's Apollo, sharp, or you can have Apollo fuzzy and the lion dog thing sharp, but I didn't in this case. And the funny thing is, the statue, I think it's Apollo, isn't actually attacking it's not a lion dog, it's a winged dragon, if you please. And he isn't actually attacking that at all. He's attacking the devil who is under his foot, squirming like a rat. You can make photographs lie as well. Now this one I love. It's from the Madeleine metro stop, and they honour. There's a stained glass window, a huge stained glass window, honouring Moscow basically. It says Metro de Moscow, Moscou, in there, slightly fuzzy, and it's a beautiful thing. And it's actually in the shape of a chicken. Did you guess? So it's a hen who, next to it, is laying. Well, there's this big, huge golden egg, which apparently weighs about 80 kilos. Probably not all gold, but it's gold coloured, and it alludes to the fable or the something or other of which came first, the chicken or the egg, apparently. And looking for the double meaning, looking for the added value in the photograph. I don't know about you, but back in the day, we used to think of the Russia with spies and the KGB and the Gestapo, or that's probably Germany, but East Germany being watched all the time. And lo and behold, with a beautiful coincidence of curves, this is actually just occurring to me. I probably saw it when I took it, but subconsciously. You see the curves of the stained glass window perfectly matches the curve of the electricity sort of conduit thing holding the cables, and with some lights in it. So it's literally these back-to-back curves, which is pretty cool. And not only, but also the sort of stern grey, foreboding, sinister grey metal panels happily reflect the colour, the crazy colour of the stained glass window. So one of the corners in the bottom left has the dark of the sky on it. The top right has the lightness of the thing outside. So the more I look at it, the more I'm pleased with it, actually. And you've got this sinister eye in the sky watching what's going on. So so that's what that is. This was me. Not actually booze. It looks like beer or wine or something, doesn't it? But it's none of it. It's none of that. It's probably apple juice or something. I don't know. Or maybe it was someone else's. I can't even remember. But it was just to remind you, as a creative topic, why don't you use the subject that you've always got with you whenever you need them, and take interest in creative self-portraits every week for the rest of your life, for example. Wouldn't that be cool? That's what I do. It's not every week, it's every 10 days, which means that once every 10 of these chapters in my Paris Photo Chronicles, thankfully there's a grid without me, but the rest of them, there's always one. And because it's every 10 photographs and there's 9 photographs in the grids, in the chapters, I chug along each time. So if you look at the one before, I'm middle left there. You'll see the one before, I'm actually top right. So I chug along, tuk, 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 until I fall off the end. There's one of these grids, chapters, without me, and then I come back up again in the top left. So that's fun. And the Eiffel Tower is another example of something that I take regularly. And my challenge is to never take a photograph of the Eiffel Tower which is the same as another one that I've taken. And none of them should be like photographs that other people take. Same goes for you guys, no? If you have something famous, a famous thing in your place, or even a tree, even a bench, doesn't matter, find ways of taking it differently each time you see it. And that could even be a nice collage if you put your photographs together in a collage. So this is my challenge with the Eiffel Tower. I'm getting a bit nervous that I'm running out of different photographs taken from the train that goes across the bridge, which I took this from. This one was great because I've got a crown in it. It's a stone crown. But if you look at this photograph, no, have I got it? If you look at this photograph, this is looking the other way, in fact, with the Eiffel Tower behind me to this bridge. You see the train there in the top left there? That train goes across this viaduct here, above a road. It's a pretty cool bridge. And when the train is about here, it's a good place to take a photograph of the Eiffel Tower. But the thing is, they might all be a bit samey. There's an island in the middle of this bridge, and on the island there's a stone sort of rampart which supports the bridge, not the pillars. And that's what you're looking at here. It's the edge of the stone rampart thing. And it's cool, and I imagine some sort of story. And I like the reflections. Look at the reflections, because it's a window. This is the reflection of the light in the metro reflecting in the window. And I love that. You know, it's like free grunge. You don't have to apply a special effect. And there's graffiti, and it's taller on the left, and then the crown is lower down and stubbier on the right. Oh, I'm pleased with this one. Really like it. And then there's this. This is fun as well. It's again got the Eiffel Tower in. Very rarely do I publish two photographs with the Eiffel Tower one day after the other. But that's the way it happened. But the Eiffel Tower is almost an afterthought. You know, what was funny was how unromantic could you get by the bins, you know, for a wedding shoot. But by the bins, and there's some junk here thrown off the boats or something. But and there's this is actually the train, the big trains, not the metro, the big trains. It's quite sinister, this big dark thing. Inside there are trains. And you know, I mean, you couldn't really take a picture of the couple with the Eiffel Tower without this big black sort of yawning chasm. I'm sure the photographer is going to, you know, avoid the bin, but still, I thought it was quite fun. And you know, they're getting married. That's nice. They had this funny old car, like an old banger from the 1960s. But you know, what goes around comes around. One year it's like a piece of crap, and the next year it's vintage. Okay, and the last one I'm going to show you is this, which you can see they're all from the same sort of shoot, the same walk with my son, Leo with an accent. And there it is, the train's going over. I imagined something fun to say. You should read this if you like, you know, my words. The thing I dreamt up for this was actually rather different to a usual one, so you can check that out on my page. And that's it. So I will finish with a word from our sponsors. So check out the Creative Blog and Article Writing Group if you can, and write something on the same theme for Thursday, and I'll talk about it. If you love words, you should love words, shouldn't you? No, you don't have to. So that'd be good, because I've got a grand total of 0 comments on that one. Infinite creativity. By the way, you want to join my sort of clan? Well, get my newsletter. Go to infinitecreativitynow.com/newsletter. That comes out every few days. You can also go to, hang on, I'm just trying to do something clever. And failing. Yeah, so you can go to infinitecreativitynow.com/newsletter, and you can get my newsletter, which is fun. You can join this group as well, where people contribute creative stuff. And I also publish an article, part of my newsletter, which you can comment on. So Infinite Creativity Now, join it, contribute anything creative you have created recently, and share it. Please share the love. And finally, this is what I was talking about with the sponsors. This is fun. It's actually something called Patreon, and if you want to support your local artist to help me buy some, you know, new paints and brushes and stuff, but whilst getting a load of goodies, you can look. It's this fun thing. There's tiers, and they're rainbow coloured and everything, and you can contribute. Decide the tier that you like, and then you get a bunch of stuff depending on which tier you choose. You see, there's the red tier, Infinity Squared red tier, and you get some stuff there. Basically, you get the the inside story on my creative process and some memes and regular updates. And you're a privileged person because you've helped me out. And then as you go up the tiers, you get more and more stuff, including starting to get individual coaching, group coaching, puzzle pieces, individual puzzle pictures, bigger paintings, even bigger paintings. That's when you get up into the sort of the heady realm of the higher tiers. So, and there's even a rainbow tier. Does that surprise you? There you go. I won't show you how much you need to contribute. You just need to be a very, very generous person with far too much money on your hands. So, so that's my latest fun thing. How about that? Thanks for watching. The cat was relatively calm, but I think I will give her something to eat anyway. I've actually got more viewers now than at any time. Maybe it's seeing as you know I'm going, you thought you'd come in and sort of say, I watched you. But you've missed everything. But thanks for coming anyway. Watch the replay. If you're watching the replay, thank you. This has been fun. I've really enjoyed your comments. Loved looking at your pictures. The theme for this coming week, starting now, is below the knee. I had this sudden thought about being below the knee looking up, but that would be pervy, wouldn't it? So shots taken below the knee, and whatever comes to your mind, whatever comes to your lens, I am excited about finding out what they're going to be, and I will talk to you again next week or on Thursday in the writing thing. If you want to hear me talking about, a new book that I've read, some of my writing, discussing my writing, possibly analysing it, your writing, contribute your writing. What about a poem? Can you come up with a poem, even if it's a haiku thing, with about 2.5 syllables, before Thursday? Put it in the group and I will appreciate you. We could talk about poetry, short stories, memes. Do a meme with on top of your seasonal photograph. There you go. There's another type of writing, and it'll be fun. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate you guys. And I just spotted I've got the Union Jack there. I'm not a fervent Union Jack. By the way, just to finish, I did this thing. I did a Zoom live yesterday. It's something I've started for Mondays and Fridays. Monday, come on live with me. It's private. There's a caveat to that. It's private, so in other words, it's not recorded. And you say what you're going to do that's really cool in the week, in the days to come. On Friday, you can come on and say something really cool that you did in the preceding days, and it's us chatting face to face. It's really nice. We got Zoom bombed yesterday. It was really quite interesting. It's people who have got the link, because my profile is public. They've got the link and they try to come in, and I didn't know who they were, but I accepted about 3 people anyway. Well, it was a learning experience. So I had one person I'd managed to get rid of before they did anything. One person started screaming racial abuse about something, I won't go into details. Use your imagination. It was worse. But they didn't come on the camera. So there was racial abuse being screamed, screamed so it was distorted in one ear. In the other eyeball, one guy did come on. This really, really sad looking guy, completely naked with a very tiny, I have to say, I honestly don't know why he took his clothes off. There's a Facebook icon for that, by the way. And he was just standing there, stark naked, with this tiny thing and a big flag, England flag, like the red cross on white background. I think he might have had something on his head or not, just waving his flag. And I'm just thinking, why? So on that, I'll leave you. Hope you have lovely weekends. No, it's not the weekend. Weeks and weekends as well. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now, everyone. Bye for now.